Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and everybody on the West Coast. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and everybody on else in between this great big beautiful country of ours. How the hell you doing? What do you know? What do you say? What's up? What's happening? It's Tuesday, and I got freaking right here is killing me. Oh my god! I had to go out and get some packages this morning, and it's freaking 12 degrees and wind chill like freaking 0 or 4 degrees, and now it's in my throat. The show must go on. Okay, it's not a kid show. You got Crumb Munchers, Rugrats running around. Put them for a nap, fair little. They should be in school if they're old enough, unless they're homeschooled. If they're homeschooled, get them in another room or something. You take your... If they're preschool or whatever, give them an Xbox, PlayStation, an iPad, headphones. Let them listen to music, play games or something. They don't need to be on here listening to me, old freaking jarhead. I get a little excited. I freaking F-bomb. Even on Twitter, when I do Twitter news, sometimes it just sneaks right on through. So anyway, I got to broadcast this. All you radio people, thank you for showing up. Not really great here on YouTube still. Well, I'm just going to keep plugging away. Someday it'll catch on. Eventually. Hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So anyway, Twitter. They got rules, gotta be like, don't harass and all this other stuff. Well, they're starting to crack down on language, too. And they said this Nathalie Jacoby, she's got like freaking gazillion followers, named 3 words to describe anti-vaxxers. And people were putting their 3 words in. Some of them weren't so nice. And I put ignorant, dumb assholes, and I got flagged. Like, do you really want to say this? Do you want to edit this? And I said, no. And I clicked, send, reply. And it said, oh, we're sorry. That tweet is no longer available to you. I'm like, what? It said, the tweet has been deleted or whatever. Okay, so that's what the notice said. I'm like, this isn't right. Let me check. So I went to her page. And there it was, big as shit. So I tweeted on there. Only I left out assholes. Oh, here's the other thing. I tried assholes first, then a-holes. And then I got the message that this tweet has been deleted or removed. And then I went to her page, and then I posted. So, anyway, I said, ignorant, dumb jerks. And it went through on her page, but not on mine. So, in a way, they're censoring what you're able to respond to, which I don't think is right. There's a freedom of speech thing. But, oh, yeah, it's their website. They can do whatever the hell they want to, but I still don't think it's right. Meanwhile, hop on over to Facebook, and they're still, allow all this COVID misinformation and everything else going through. So, you can't win. Twitter used to be an open forum. You could say whatever the hell you wanted to, as long as you didn't actually threaten somebody. You'd say whatever you want to. Now, I don't know who the hell. I just can't figure it out. The same people who are bitching about, this bad language and this and that. We wonder what they're doing through behind closed doors, right? It's hopeless. Well, I got shit on my face again. Anyway, hey, what else? Hey, did anybody watch that Maddow show last night? I only caught parts of it, but a very interesting thing that happened, and And Michigan. Michigan, Wisconsin. I told you it's Mangled News. Michigan, Wisconsin, and Arizona. There were Republicans that had submitted this to the archives, the federal government, and everybody else, that they were the duly elected electors for the presidency. And they signed their names, too, and submitted all this shit. And, it was, each state had, 11 and 16 electors. Every one, straight 16 for Trump, 16 for Pence. 11 for Trump, 11 for Pence. On all three states. And that's what they've uncovered so far. Now, the guy that did this, he couldn't get shit from the January 6th committee as far as what was submitted to them. So he turned it around and he went to the individual states under the Freedom of Information Act and said, hey, I want this stuff. And they gave it to him. And that's how he found this stuff out. Ain't that something? That is really freaking cool. So, hey, why isn't it on the national news? I have no idea. There was a concerted, they're finding, I can guarantee you this commission is finding a concerted nationwide effort by Republicans to overthrow this government. And the proof is in the pudding right now. With all the blockading that the Republicans are doing as far as the January 6th commission and all these bills that are designed to help people. And as far as I'm concerned, there are two people that are in the Republicans' pocket. That's Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin. And not just me, all of us. I don't care who you are. All of us. So we can put this down. We no matter what the voting rights are, because they're blocking that. Every single swinging dick, I warned you it wasn't a kid's show, has to get out there and vote. Let them change all the rules and we'll go ahead and vote them out anyway. We'll vote them. Wow. Hello there. Who the hell are you? Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Let me do this. Okay, so what do I got to do? Right in the middle of the show. Excuse me, I got a cough. That is not good. Anyway, time to you see that? Me, I turned my head. Time to redo my hair, huh? Oh, God. If it ain't one thing, it's another. So anyway, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, Jesus, come on. See, this. I see. You can't do this thing. You see now here, as long, I'm going to say it out, as long as after 12:30. Jesus Christ. This lady doesn't know. So I should have told her. Either day. You decide, and it's just really stupid. Here, either day, you decide. I don't care. So, I'm going to leave that on there because I don't want to get interrupted again. So they can't. Here's what I'm thinking. Bear with me. There's some Senate Republicans that are getting pushed out by this radical right Republican Party, and they're retiring. They're getting out of here. When their time comes up for re-election, they're not going to run for re-election. So what's the problem? Since they do believe that way, what's the problem with approaching them? Since they have no worry about repercussions as far as running again, they're not going to run again. They're leaving the party. So that could be a real good fuck you to the party, by siding with Biden, siding with Biden. And then we won't need Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin. I got to find out if there's any senators that are leaving, that aren't running for re-election. They have no obligation to Trump or anybody else if they're not going to run for political office. They're going back to being private citizens. They could do a hell of a lot of good for the country. You could bet your ash if McCain was alive, he'd be over there with Cheney. So here's the thing. We have two Republicans, Cheney and the other guy. Why can't they vote in place of Manchin and Sinema? I think they're making this harder than what it is. There's out of 49 or 48 Republicans, there's got to be two. There's got to be two that are just totally fed up and want to throw up over this shit with this that the Republican Party's doing. God, there's got to be. Yeah, so, so it's almost, I bet almost everybody, this is very true here. It says, Lou Ann Woodward, Sailor Michael retweeted this. Twitter news. Lou Ann Woodward, MD, 2 hours ago. We know the actual number is higher. I have heard of so many people who have symptoms who are not getting tested. At UMMC News today, we have 125 inpatients with COVID, 26 of those in ICU. Still a very serious illness. I think she's right. I think damn near everybody is getting something right now. Carol retweeted, this is Jackson saying, replying to Newsmax in Stitchfield. So what's he replying to them for? Newsmax, a sick person. Team Trump is swinging back at New York Attorney General Letitia James witch hunt for the 45th president, and attorney Alina Habba provides details on their new injunction. Okay, Jackson says Eric Trump said they had the best legal minds. This is Alina Habba's qualifications. The Washington Post says Habba's experiences include working as a general counsel for a parking garage firm and representing Siggy Flicker, a cast member of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Wow. They got some really great legal minds. Reverend Dr. William J. Barber posted, Nancy Howard retweeted. A lot of retweets going on. But hey, you're cutting down on the pictures. That's good. That's good. This is not Biden versus Manchin and Sinema. This is Manchin and Sinema versus 140 million poor and low-income people in this country and 56 million Americans who used methods to vote in 2020 that are now under attack. This is true. This is true. So here's another piece of information. There's talks between the Soviet Union and the United States. It's come to a standstill. And here's what the Soviet Union's pushing for. They don't want the Ukraine joining NATO. They don't want Ukraine being in NATO because then that means it's totally separate. They're a new entity. And according to NATO, if you're in NATO, you can't be like doing shit to other countries. Not unless you get NATO approval. So as long as Ukraine ain't in NATO, Soviet Union could just march right in. Cause all kind of shit. Yesterday was supposed to be cough, spit, and puke day. I don't know what all happened there. So what's going on with these people over here? What are you guys doing, man? Hey. Oh, boy, what this? Nope, nothing going on there. Okay, so anyway. What a day. Yeah, shit. Whatever Heather retweeted, Jaden Carrick, congressional Democrats stop going on TV and complaining about Biden's failures. Start talking about he's done because his failures are your failures. Last time I checked, Biden will be president at midterms. You, however, might not. Get to work and message better. So now there's Democrats complaining about Biden. He didn't have anything to do with any of this shit. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you people. Yeah, you people. I don't get it. He didn't make COVID. He didn't cause it to come here. There'd be a few 100,000 still alive if it wasn't for Trump. And they're trying to give him credit for the vaccine. Forget that shit. He didn't do anything. He did less because he didn't start soon enough. But he didn't do, other than that, he didn't do anything any other president would have done. Every other president would have done the same thing, only they would have done it sooner. So let's get this straight. Don't give him shit. No credit. Remember, he didn't even, the Defense Act, he didn't even invoke that to get these damn ventilators going. He held off on that for a couple months. Come on, man. You guys, don't give him shit. So let's go. What's going on in this world news here? Boy. I am not reading about COVID. All right, here we go. I told you about Ukraine and the Soviet Union. Forbes.com, January 11th. Today at 7 a.m. Ukraine's homemade anti-tank missiles have been blasting more and more rebel vehicles. The powerful Javelin anti-tank missiles that Ukraine has been getting from the United States tend to dominate the headlines. That makes sense. The Javelins aren't just highly effective weapons, they're also symbols of U.S. support for Ukraine as a huge Russian army masses on the Russian-Ukraine border. But the Ukrainian army has only a handful of Javelin launchers, 47 from the United States, plus an unspecified number that Estonia has pledged, and a few hundred of the 35-pound, 2.5-mile range infrared guided missiles. No, the huge majority of Ukraine's anti-tank missile arsenal is locally made. And local Stugna P is proving to be just about as dangerous as the world-class Javelin, and cheaper. Well, who would have thought about that? When a government spends $100 and some on a toilet seat, you can expect that they can make things cheaper over there. Ukrainian arms manufacturer Ukroboronprom, whatever the hell that is, hey, Mangled News, began delivering Stugna Ps to the Army back in 2018. That year alone, the firm reportedly handed over 2,500 ATGMs. Anti-tank guided missiles, I don't know, but I guess it's unclear how many launchers the company included, but it's worth noting that when Ukraine bought Javelins, it paid for a single launcher for every 10 or so missiles. The Ukrainian army in the trenches along separatist-controlled Donbas at present uses its anti-tank guided missiles sparingly, owing in part to their high cost. $20,000 for a Stugna P. Several times that for a Javelin. So when the Ukrainians spot a target that justifies expending an ATGM, they take video of the strike and at least get some propaganda mileage out of it. Ta-da! Those videos, a smattering of them in recent years, give us some sense of how well the missiles work, although, of course, the videos don't depict any total misses. That's cool. So if you want to read more of that, woohoo! Ukraine's homemade anti-tank missiles have been blasting more and more rebel. And I think the reason it's costing, even though they're made cheaper and costing more, is because the United States cut them a deal that they're only paying for 1 in 10 of the Javelin missiles. Now, if they had to pay for every Javelin missiles, there would be no contest. Their missiles would be much less, well, $20,000. Man, $20,000 for each missile. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. Oh, Russia's got more problems. There's a headline. I don't know where it's come from. It's Forbes? No? Let me see. Yes, Forbes.com today, 7 a.m. again. CAATSA or PESA. Why have these countries decided against acquiring Russia Su-35 fighter? So that's another thing Russia's having trouble. They're having trouble selling their war equipment. Okay, let's read on here for a second. I got a few more minutes. Russia's Sukhoi is finding it increasingly difficult to sell its Su-35 Flanker E fighter jet, with at least 2 countries recently opting out of sizable acquisitions. In December 2021, the government of Indonesia announced it has decided not to go ahead with its acquisition of Su-35s. Jakarta had plans to buy at least 11 Su-35s for $1.14 billion. Now Indonesia will acquire either the Rafales or Boeing F-15EX Eagle 2 jets. Okay, so this is from TASS via Get It in Egypt. It's a picture. The country possibly decided against the Su-35 out of fear it would incur U.S. sanctions under countering America's adversaries through Sanctions Act. CAATSA, which obligates the imposition of U.S. sanctions against any country that makes large transactions with the Russian defense sector. However, Jakarta's initial order for the jets was made in early 2018, at least 6 months after CAATSA became law. So they got friggin' laws against that. You buy Russian shit, we're going to fine the crap out of you. So, what is this now? Republic? What are they going to do? This is ridiculous. And I only go, Republicans threaten floor takeover if Democrats weaken filibuster. What are they going to do? Senate Republicans are threatening they will attempt to take over of the Senate agenda by forcing votes on issues ranging from the Keystone XL pipeline to abortion rules to a U.S.-Mexico border wall if Democrats weaken the filibuster. Republicans are also looking at smaller bills, such as a proposal to prohibit the administration from imposing a fracking ban by executive order, a prohibition on the IRS from implementing new reporting on banks to disclose individuals' banking activity, and mandatory detention for illegal immigrants who commit serious crimes. What is this craziness? Holy shit. Senate Republicans leaders on Monday say they have a list of bills they will try to bring to the floor under Rule 14 and debate if Senate Majority Leader Charles Schumer rounds up enough Democrats to lower the threshold for beginning debate on a bill from 60 votes to 50. Since Senator Schumer is hell-bent on trying to break the Senate, Republicans will show how this reckless action would have immediate consequences, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said in a statement first reported by the Wall Street Journal. Give that guy a fucking whopper and hope he damn chokes to death. Senate Majority Whip John Thune said Republicans have a list of bills that Schumer would not be keen on considering that could pass the chamber with the support of the entire GOP conference and one or two moderate Democrats, such as Senators Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema. We have a lot of bills, actually, that have bipartisan support that Democrats have expressed support for previously, Thune said Monday afternoon. You want to read more about this clusterfuck? That's thehill.com, January 10th, 2022, 7:51. Republicans threaten floor takeover if Democrats weaken filibuster. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, here you go. Okay, Chip Franklin. What the Franklin? The fact that Hillary Clinton was forced to testify before Congress for 11 hours and Donald Trump hasn't even been subpoenaed once is some major bullshit. The volatile mermaid said, breaking. Straight white man discovers what the rest of us have been saying all along. Angus Sherman says, some of us who are straight white men have been on the side of how this is even reality all along, thanks to you and others. Oh my God, what the hell is this? So I don't know if that was a cut or what. Maybe I read it wrong. I don't give a shit. So fuck it. Here we go. Another one replying to Ron Plank. Who else thinks Jim Jordan should be kicked out of Congress? Oh, give me a break. That's a no-brainer. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment forbids anyone who participates in insurrection or rebellion against the United States from holding federal office. There is nothing complicated about it. Oh, yeah? Well, let's go back to when Congress or the Fed or somebody wanted Trump's taxes. And the law said they were supposed to be turned over upon request. Did he turn them over? No. He broke the law, right? Yeah. Did anything happen? No. Seriously, sick of this bullshit, folks. This is absolutely just crazy. Just crazy. My time is almost up. I only got 30 seconds left. So what should I do? I don't know. Justice Reed this is from Adam Canfield. Justice Reed was asking what would put Mary Trump on notice about the alleged fraud if the argument is that the statute of limitations left. Mary Trump says that the NYPD's New York Times Pulitzer Prize-winning investigation put her on notice, making the lawsuit timely. Ooh. Okay, so that's it. I had a great day. I don't know about you. This has been a clusterfuck with the coffin and everything else. And oh, my God. Okay, so, hey, you folks, nobody said hi. Well, okay, piss off. I didn't care. You know, so what? All you radio people are fantastic. I mean, you're all over the place here. So, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll get this somehow. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye to these people. And I'm going to say goodbye to you. Grab the right mouse, you dickhead. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Say goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I want to say goodbye to you now. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. All right. Don't forget. Don't forget. Don't catch that rotor. Be careful. Have a good day.